Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we are looking at a 1986 Dolphin motorhome, and I just recently acquired this. We'll take a quick tour. Hopefully I can do all of these in one cut. So Toyota has been building truck frames that were used by third-party manufacturers to put on, coaches like this, and in that manner turning them into motorhomes. And the earliest I think I can think of is the Chinook, which was out in the 1970s, built on the Toyota. I've forgotten the name. It's not the Hilux, but it had a different name, chassis. And uh, and then in the 80s, you had the Toyota truck chassis like this one. And of course, in the early 90s, Toyota exited the business. So basically, what happened was Toyota would build a truck chassis, so you'd have the cab and then an empty frame, and these third-party refurbishers or manufacturers would buy those frames, and then depending on whatever designs they had, they would build a coach on the back. And unfortunately, something happened, and that is, as time went on, these coach builders went bigger and bigger and heavier and heavier. And that got to the point where the rear axles could no longer support the weight of these very heavy coaches. And of course, there were a few accidents where the rear axle actually snapped, and of course ended up with terrible consequences. So 93, 94, Toyota completely exited the market, and that's why you don't see any newer Toyota motorhomes. They stopped selling the truck chassis, so no more motorhomes could be built. There was heavy litigation, there was a recall, it was all really messy and nasty, and Toyota said no more. Same thing happened in the early 80s with litigation concerning, general aviation, and many companies exited that market. And yeah, all right, let's start with the tour. So this is a 1986 chassis, I believe, and I think it was either the first or second year when they had electronic fuel injection. Prior to that, the truck chassis, they came with 22R engines, and those were carbureted. And this one is the 22RE. Up front, you have the cab. Very difficult to get in if you're a taller guy. You bump your head here very easily. Let me take the wide angle lens so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So the truck sits really low, and you have to kind of crouch to get inside. And this is what the interior looks like. This one is still in pretty pristine shape. It has less than 100,000 miles. It still has the original seat. You can see that was a sign of luxury, mid 80s. Manual seat controls, and over there you have the brake and accelerator pedal. This one has an aftermarket cruise control, which you can see right here. We sit in here so I can show you guys some more. Right here you have the hazards. You have the gear selector indicator, and there you have the odometer, which reads 96,000 miles. You have the gear shift lever right here with overdrive, and there is an overdrive indicator right here. The dash is still relatively untouched, apart from the aftermarket stereo that you can see here, and this one came with air conditioning. Up here you have a dome light, sun visor, and sun visor. I'm not sure if there's supposed to be a rear view mirror over there, but that's what it looks like. Visibility to the exterior from here using those extended mirrors is excellent. And when you turn around, you can see the seat belt for the passengers. You have access to the coach. All right. Here's the horn. Windshield wipers. And the light controls is over there. On the dash, you have the temperature on the left, fuel indicator on the right. We won't be starting the car today. Manual control lever, and you have this little window right here to improve ventilation. You press on this button to release it, and that way you can have some additional ventilation. Close. All right, let's continue. I don't have the key here with me, but I don't know if some of these panels are open. Yeah, this one is open, so let's take a quick look inside. There you have the generator from Onan. I think it puts out 3 kilowatts. And the model is the AJ1R, I think. Okay. So part of the problem, like I said earlier, was that Toyota had to do a recall, and the early truck cabs had, prior to 1986, they had 5 studs on the rear axle, but Toyota did a massive recall campaign and replaced them. And to know if you have the correct one or an axle that has been recalled, you can see that it has 6 nuts on the rear axle. Here you have connection for the water. I think that's the shore power cables. Here we have the brake lights and the rear lights. These were covered up in tape. I just tore out the tape to make it look a little bit better, but it still needs a lot of work. You have the rear bumper, spare tire, and I believe you can actually have the spare tire stored underneath the coach. And then you have the ladder made of aluminum that goes up to the roof. So this is a Dolphin. There's another model called the Sun Raider. Sun Raider, the Raider is spelled R-A-D-E-R. That is the more desirable model because it's actually made up of a clamshell, a top half, a bottom half that are fused together with a seam about somewhere here. And those ones are very resistant to the weather. This is a fiberglass outer here, still solid. It's a gas intake, gas tank, and we have the sleeper above the cab. All right, let's see if we can get this open. You can see there's a stopper right there that's supposed to latch onto something, which is missing. Same with the antenna, which would normally be here on the RV. On the normal truck, it's here, but on the RV, it's here. And then it's supposed to be stabilized by another point here. Okay, let's get inside the coach. You have the light here. The covering is gone. There's some steps. They're not powered. Sorry for the very harsh sunlight. All right, here we are inside the coach. They had different floor plans. I don't know what this one is called, but it's one of the floor plans. So here you have a couch. On the left side, you have a dining area. Lots of storage on top. The clock seems to be built into the coach. I don't know if that's an original item. Again, even more storage. And back here you have toilet, mirror, power outlet, storage, and a shower. Underneath the sink you have some more storage cabinets. And of course you have the nice view. There is a sliding door here for privacy. Leave that open. You can see the light unit. They use incandescent bulbs. Most of the newer RVs would have flush lighting with LEDs. The roof so far looks pretty solid. And at the center of the unit, on the roof, you have the air conditioning unit. This one has lost its covering, so there's just something nice so you don't bump your head on there. People about 5 foot, I would say about 5 foot up to about 5'10" should be able to stand comfortably in here with no problems. Here you have the stove. And I don't have power here on the coach. I have it just on the power unit up front, so none of this works. So, and here you have the bed that sleeps 2, maybe 1, I don't know. And you can push that up to have better access to the driving area. And when you get to your destination, you set up your bed. Over here we have the fridge, gas, electric. And to get on the bed, you can see the steps right here that you can use, climb up and get on the bed. Also in this bed area, you have this beautiful lighting. And it's very bright. It feels really spacious in here. You wouldn't believe you're sitting on a, I don't know how to call it, a mini pickup, a smaller pickup. It's really, really spacious. And people love these because they would fit in tight parking spaces. Okay, this couch also converts to a bed. And to do that, you just pull on here. It rolls over. Boom, you have a bed. And you're done sleeping, roll it over, back to a couch. So here I have my battery for the coach or for the house or the home or whatever, and another spare tire. But this also folds up. What am I doing? I'm trying to do this with one hand. Well, let's see. There. And you can fold this and get it out of the way. But we're not doing that right now, so let's get it back to where it was. Excuse me. Okay, there we go. If you fold that out of the way, you can actually have it flat here, and then this also would transform, and you can have another bed with both of these level with the tabletop. Underneath here we have additional storage. I'll show you guys real quick. You can access it either from the top, I can't do that right now, or from the bottom, but there's some storage here. And there's this latch here that's supposed to hold the cushion in place, but I've lost the other part on the cushion. Same here, you pull that off, this, and you can also open from the top, or you can access it from the bottom. Additional storage. Large windows, and the power unit, the inverter for the coach side of the RV is right here. That's the breaker box. Pretty simple. All right. If you guys have any questions, you want to see something more specific, let me know and I'll be more than happy to oblige you. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys on the next one.